dudes like, for example, I interviewed Tupac's rape accuser, Ayanna Jackson, right?
I seen
and
that.
she basically claimed that she came over to have sex with Tupac and these other dudes ended up, having sex with her and she wasn't with it. And the whole thing of it, Pac left the room. He was like, hey, y'all want to do this? This is between y'all. He went into the living room and went to sleep. He woke up and she screamed, oh, you let them dudes rape me, whatever else. And Pac's response was, get this bitch out of here.
Whoa.
And I remember talking to Man, who was his road manager, who was charged right along with him. And I said, if instead of Pac saying, get her out of here, if he had calmed her down, took her in the other room, whatever, took her shopping, whatever else, would none of this have happened? He said 100%.
Wow.
But instead, he said, get this bitch out of here. She left, went downstairs, the hotel, because she was all disheveled. Hotel, what's going on? Hotel called the police. Police came up, arrested everybody, and then Pac went to jail. But had he just humbled himself, now you got to understand, Pac was, 24 at the time. So,
When you black and famous, you really gotta take your situation serious. If you care about who you are and what you're trying to do in life, because any of them situations that's happening it'll knock you off quick.
Yeah,
it's more of a threat to the black man. Like when the woman is around and she's not feeling happy. Like black men be scared of that shit more than anybody. A girl saying rape or anything like that. So it's a thin line where it's like people also don't like when you come around and they like phones in the bag, sign NDAs. No one likes that vibe either, right?
Yeah, but you gotta do that sometimes.
I don't know. I'm not really, I don't really put myself in that situation, but I feel for every dude that was in that situation. And I would have never understood unless I was lied on.
Right. Bow Wow, I remember I interviewed him a while back. He does that. Phones in the bag, I think NDAs. I'm not sure if he does NDAs now, but he definitely phones in the bag. No filming, no nothing.
But then they no one enjoys themselves because they treat you like who you think you are. I'm like, I'm the dude that's not trying to go to jail because one of my friends made a joke about your shoes.
Yeah.
And now you're talking about someone raped you.
Yeah. So I interviewed Gilbert Arenas recently. He's a regular on my show. He said the reason why you don't hear a lot of these rape and sexual assault allegations in the NBA is that the going rate for girls who are dating dudes in the NBA is $60,000 a month. And sometimes they get it from 2, 3, 4 guys, 20,000 here, 20,000 here, 10,000 here. And problems only really start when dudes find out about the same girl with different, with some of their homies. You know what I mean? But in general, these girls are getting paid around $60,000 per month, and they stay quiet.
That's the max contract dudes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
but these are superstar dudes, right?
These dudes that's making the 20, 30
$20,000 ain't shit to them.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, when you were playing, did you ever hear of, you don't have to name any names, but you hear of dudes that basically had a bunch of chicks on the side and they were just paying them to keep quiet?
Nobody got more chicks than the basketball players. Why or how or what's, I don't know. I don't want to argue with nobody, but no one got more chicks than the basketball players.
Well, because you guys actually show your face. Football players wear helmets.
What it is, and maybe how our schedule is set up, just how the business is set up, you got a whole lot of time for the work. That's the truth. For football, they talking about curfews and it's a different business.
So when you're on road games
and
there's
basketball,
there's no curfew?
None of that shit. Zero. In the NBA, they don't got none of that.
Really? I thought
show up to practice on time,
and that's it.
Ain't none of that. They checking your room and all that. Nick McMillan tried that when I was in Portland. So this is my second year in Portland Trailblazers, which is my second year in the NBA. They got Coach Nick McMillan, and we had Zach Randolph and D. Miles and these guys, and we started training camp, and he was like, I'm putting 2 in the room, because he's trying to build team chemistry and all that. And boy, that we never even got into the season as him being our coach and us respecting him, because the older guys was like, nah, fuck that. I'm not talking to my wife on the phone while another grown man right here in the bed. Yeah, so the NBA, they don't go for that.
Well, remember, that's how Nick Young got caught up, right? With, what's his name?
Inside the locker room?
No, in the hotel room. Remember? Hold on a second.
With D'Angelo Russell?
With D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
Right. Remember, he was talking about cheating on Iggy Azalea.
Yep.
And D'Angelo Russell recorded it.
Yep.
And the recording came out.
Yep. See, none
and
of that.
then they had to go to practices the next day
None
with each
of
other.
that.
Like,
See, your teammate's going to be in cahoots with you with the work. We call it the work.
Right.
Your team is going to be in cahoots. So that situation where a phone out and you got the work around, oh, my Lord.
Yeah.
You'd
that was
never
wild.
survived that one.
That was wild.